You might be wondering exactly how the CBI came into being and why its powers sometimes confuse UPSC aspirants. By the end of this video, you will be completely clear about this topic. I will explain the CBI step by step, starting from its origin and ending with the key exam points you must remember. And towards the end, we will understand a key idea that most UPSC aspirants miss. Think of the CBI as a central detective service created to tackle big, cross-cutting crimes that affect the whole country. Its story begins in 1941 with the Special Police Establishment, formed to investigate bribery in the War and Supply Department during World War II. After the war, the need to investigate corruption involving central departments remained, so the agency stayed on. In 1946, the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act transferred control to the Home Department and broadened its reach to all government departments. Then in 1963, the government merged the DSPE into the Central Bureau of Investigation, the CBI as we know it today. Remember this timeline. 1941, Special Police Establishment. 1946, DSPE Act. 1963, formal CBI formation. Legally, the CBI is not a separate statutory body. It derives powers from the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act of 1946. That legal detail explains many limits and debates about its jurisdiction that you will see in papers and interviews. Now let us look at the motto, mission, and vision so you can connect purpose with practice. The CBI motto is industry, impartiality, and integrity, which signals unbiased, diligent investigations. Its mission includes upholding the Constitution through thorough investigation and effective prosecution of offenses. The vision focuses on professionalism, use of science and technology, fighting corruption, cybercrime, and transnational organized crime. This helps you answer value-based questions about institutional roles and accountability in governance. Next, composition and leadership matter for understanding control and appointments within the CBI. The CBI is headed by a director, assisted by special directors, additional directors, and other senior officers. The director is appointed by a three-member committee that includes the Prime Minister, the Leader of Opposition, and the Chief Justice of India or a nominated judge. Note the 2014 and 2021 amendments, the Appointment Committee rules, and possible extension of a director's tenure up to 5 years under conditions. A Directorate of Prosecution was also created for handling Lokpal-related cases under the director's overall supervision. These structural details are frequent fodder for mains questions on institutional design and checks and balances. Moving to functions, the CBI handles corruption, economic offenses, serious organized crime, and coordinates interstate and international investigations. It also acts as India's National Central Bureau for Interpol, bridging domestic investigations with international law enforcement. The agency investigates fiscal offenses, customs, excise, income tax violations, export-import controls, and high-technology crimes when required. But the CBI generally focuses on central government employees, union territories, and central public sector undertakings. A critical limitation that often confuses aspirants is state consent for investigations. The CBI cannot normally exercise powers within a state without that state government's consent, except in railway areas or when courts direct otherwise. This federal friction is a classic UPSC concept linking center-state relations and federal policing powers. Another important legal change came from the Supreme Court in 2014 regarding prior sanction rules for senior officers. The court struck down Section 6A protections that prevented even preliminary inquiry into corruption allegations against senior bureaucrats, citing equality under Article 14. This means rank alone cannot block investigations under the Prevention of Corruption Act, which is a strong exam point. Now compare the CBI with state police to avoid a common trap. The DSPE division of the CBI complements state police, but does not replace them. Both have concurrent powers in many matters. Administrative arrangements aim to avoid duplication, with DSPE handling central government-related cases and state police leading on state matters. The CBI can also take up cases at a state's request or when directed by higher courts, which you should note for case law answers. For prelims, remember keywords: DSPE Act 1946, non-statutory status, Interpol NCB, prior sanction ruling, and state consent requirement. For mains and interviews, link CBI's role to federalism, accountability, institutional independence, and the Lokpal framework. This topic is very important for your exams because questions often test jurisdiction, appointment processes, and independence of investigative agencies. Quick recap. Origin in 1941, DSPE Act 1946, CBI formed 1963, not statutory, motto and mission emphasize integrity, functions span corruption to organized crime. Remember the appointment committee? Supreme Court ruling on prior sanction, state consent limitation, and role as Interpol NCB? You are now ready to answer questions that ask for structure, limits, reforms, and constitutional issues related to the CBI. Keep practicing by linking facts to bigger themes like federalism, rule of law, and institutional accountability. If you want a crisp one-page summary, a short timeline, and practice MCQs on these topics, we have them ready. Join EduRev for concise notes, quizzes, and video lessons that reinforce this lesson and test your application skills. Good luck and keep revising. With the right connections, topics like the CBI become straightforward for UPSC preparation.